What's good, y'all? It's Solution back at it with another mental gym video in which I give you guys mental exercises you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals that you are after. So let's get right into it. So today I actually want to revisit a previous mental exercise that I had made, and that is purpose for discovering your purpose. And the definition I came up with for purpose in the context of achieving your goals is the reason you want to achieve your goals. Because I believe in order to create goals that you truly want to achieve, and in order to achieve success that really is catered to you, you have to know the reason behind why you want it. So in my previous purpose video that I made, which I'll link down in the description because it is still very important, I talked about how to discover what your purpose is, you have to think about all the things that are in your life that you don't want to be there and remove them. And the reason why I believe this is very effective is because all that will be left is things that you want to be there. And it's by having around you what you want and doing what you want that you are able to know what your purpose is, or essentially in that way you build your purpose. Because if you just have everything that you want and you are doing everything you want to be doing, and that's all that's around you, you're going to be like, oh, I'm doing everything is great. Like I'm living my purpose, which is what I want for you guys to set better goals and to achieve success that you want. But the very important thing I wanted to address, which is kind of a side caveat of purpose, is the doing of what you want. Like a lot of guys will say, I don't know what my purpose is or how I find my purpose. Like you have to do what you want. You have to use your deep desires and your deep wants inside of you to drive you to do something. Because it's by doing this that you live and find your purpose, or you get educated or get knowledge about what you want, right? You could think about, oh, I want to ride a bike all day, but you will never understand truly what it takes or what it feels like to ride a bike until you ride one. And you will never understand or know what your purpose is, even though your purpose is within you. Because your purpose is not something that can be given to you. Nobody can tell you what your purpose is. I can't tell you what your purpose is. Your mom, your dad, your uncle, whoever, nobody can tell you what you want because you know you best. But you have to experience pursuing what you want to know what you want. You have to experience riding a bike to know what it feels like to ride a bike, to know you actually like riding this bike. Because you might realize while riding a bike that you're like, I actually like riding a motorcycle, not just any bike, a motorcycle with a motor. And that's how you, by pursuing what you want, you start to understand more about what you want. Because right now, what you want is already within you. What your purpose is already within you. You already have your purpose within you. You just don't know what it is. You haven't discovered it. And the only way you will do it is by stimulus. You must do to know. Right? So the first part of this mental exercise, of course, with this is awareness, right? Awareness. So what I mean by this is you have to ask yourself, am I doing what I want? So it's really important to ask yourself this question because, like I just explained, you will never discover your purpose if you're not doing what you want. If you are doing things because other people are telling you to do it, you will never know what your purpose is because you are living somebody else's purpose. Because people will tell you stuff that serves them best and what they think is best, not what serves you best. And as I said earlier, you can only know what you want because you know you best. You know you. Nobody else can be inside your head and experience you like you experience you. Right? So you have to ask yourself right now, in the context of achieving goals and achieving success, are you on the path to doing that right now? In your life currently, is the majority of your time being spent doing what you need to do to achieve whatever goals or success that you want? Are you doing that? Because the only way you will discover your purpose is by doing that. Because if right now you're saying, no, well, that is a problem because you will not be able to find your purpose by living for other people. So you have to stop yourself from doing things because other people tell you to do it. So think about all the things right now other people are telling you to do, ignore it. Figure out what you want. You can think about what other people want and like help them out and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's bad to help others or do things for other people. Do not get me wrong here, guys. It's good to be a good person. What I'm saying is you must know what you want first before you can help other people and do things for other people. Because you will not know what your purpose is or achieve any of your goals if you're worried about what everybody else wants from you. You have to know what you want first, and then you can start dealing with everybody else. But a lot of people have it backwards, care about what everybody else wants, care about themselves last, and then look at their life and they're like, I did not do anything I wanted to do. And I don't want that to be you guys. I want you guys to achieve the goals you want and achieve the success that you guys truly want. Cool. So right now, ask yourself, am I doing what I want? And if that's not the case, I need to stop doing things I don't want to be doing. If I can, whatever it is. Obviously, some things you might, depending on your life circumstances, I know you guys, all of you guys have different circumstances. You might have to do stuff you don't want to do right now in order to get to a point where you can do what you want. And that's completely fine. So if you're in that situation, you just want to get to that point. So you want to get to the point and ask yourself, am I doing what I want? And if you now ask yourself, and after being aware of this and making sure you're working on doing what you actually want to be doing, and you get to a point where you are doing what you want to be doing, you're like, okay, yes. Now, a very important part here is it's not just about now doing what you want to be doing. It's about educating yourself. So what I mean by educate is you have to realize that just doing what you want does not make you fully understand what you want, right? Obviously, you have to be pursuing what you want to feel it and experience it. But what I have learned on my own journey, because, quick side story, because for me, what I've always wanted since I was a kid was to be a professional soccer player. That's the one thing I wanted most. And everything I did was in pursuing that goal. So pretty much throughout my life, leading up to like my later teen years, or like around my 20s or around 19, I started to become more educated about what it took to get to where I wanted to go. Because before I was just only educating myself enough to get to like the next step. I'm like, okay, so if I want to be a professional soccer player, I need to play for my club team. I'm like, okay, I play for my club team. Then I should probably play for my high school too. And then when I play for my high school, I should probably go to a college and play there too. So I went to a college. You see, so I kept doing the little steps. But then I started to really understand and think, okay, I need to become as educated as possible on what I desire and the pursuit of this desire. So I started educating myself more and more and more on how to get to the professional level. And specifically, I wanted to get to like the Premier League, which is in England, right? Which is like basically the highest possible, one of the best like divisions in the world to play professional soccer at. So basically, I was like, how do I get there? So I really started to deeply educate myself on everything in regards to the pursuit of this goal. And I started to realize what it was going to take. It was going to take this many years. I was going to have to eat shit for a while, do all these different things. And then by pursuing what I wanted, because obviously during this time I was still training, working really hard. And then by educating myself and knowing what it was going to take, I started to realize, is this really what I want? Because there was all these things that were tagged on to me pursuing this goal that I realized that I didn't like. I didn't like how I have to rely on the opinions of other coaches in order to get to where I wanted to go, how I had to eat shit, how somebody had to tell me I was good enough to play, like all these different things. Like there was just so much out of my control in this pursuit of this goal, and I really didn't like that. And it's in discovering that I didn't like that it helped me deeply understand my purpose, because that's what then shifted my attention to realize my purpose is to grow and improve freely. Football or soccer was just a form of expression of me wanting to grow and improve, because while I played soccer, I trained all the time to improve because I really enjoyed improving. So what I realized about myself was that I really like growing and improving, but I don't like growing and improving under somebody else's jurisdiction. Basically, I don't like the thing that I didn't like about soccer was the fact that a coach controls what I'm able to do. He says, you can go here, you can't do this, you will play, you won't play, right? And I didn't like how someone had to call the shots for me. So I realized not only do I like to grow and improve, I also want to be able to do it freely under my own authority. And because of that, I decided to stop pursuing professional football and start doing what I'm doing now, making these YouTube videos talking about mindset and improving. Because by making these videos, I'm improving freely, or I'm improving in a way that I see fit, that I like. So basically, with that whole story I just said, I'm explaining the fact that it's by understanding, it's by pursuing what you want and then also educating yourself about what it takes. So when I say educate, understand what it takes. You have to know what it takes to a deep level. What it takes. You have to understand what it takes to as deep a level as possible so you can continue to better understand what you truly want, because the pursuit is good already, but now you need to like create this hole of doing what you want, and then you need to start digging to really understand your true desires, because it's in pursuing what I wanted and then educating myself about what it takes, and then realizing there were some things that I didn't like about the current path that I was on that I completely switched paths into something else that further benefited my purpose and made me even realize the purpose that I wanted to grow freely. Like, that's what my purpose is. My purpose is to improve freely, or grow in the way that I see fit, or grow in ways that I see fit under my own authority. That's what I realized it was. And the thing is, I was only able to get it to this simple point by starting where I didn't fully understand it. But I did know what wanting feels like. You probably know what desire feels like. You probably know what wanting or wanting something feels like, and then pursuing that want. So you can use that to get yourself started. But then once you have done that, you have to start educating yourself about the current path that you were on. And it's in educating yourself about the current path that you were on that you are going to discover things that you don't like. And you're also going to discover more things you do like. And through this, you're going to understand deeper, 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 until it becomes like 2 + 2 = 4. Because right now, what your purpose is like an algebra equation that you don't understand, right? Like, you don't even fully understand it. You just know you want something. But it's by pursuing this want and then educating yourself about the current path that you are on, whatever it is, that it's going to become all the way to the point that it's just 2 + 2 = 4. My purpose is growth. My purpose is my family. My purpose is this. It's going to become very clear, but nothing starts until you do. You must pursue what you want to know what your purpose is. You are not going to know right now. If you're asking yourself, if you're saying to yourself, I don't know what my purpose is, that's fine. You obviously wouldn't know if you haven't done anything. So first, you just have to pursue what your innate desires are. Pursue that first, and then educate yourself about what you're doing and what pursuing this desire looks like and what it's going to take, right? By doing this, you're going to get the depth of knowledge you need to better understand yourself. This is all a process of better understanding yourself. You can only understand yourself if you pursue what you want. And you can understand what it takes, by the way, by referring to your value circle, which is also a previous frame that I've made that I will link. And your value circle is essentially people who have achieved what you want, and they can give you information that could help you achieve what you want, because that will help you know what it takes. That's you educating yourself. And it's by referring to your value circle that you will be able to discover new nuances on what it takes. And that will help you better understand, I realized I actually really don't like this path. This path better suits me way more. For me, I had realized the path of professional soccer player from my current circumstances, it's not a path that suited me and what I truly desired. So I chose this path of YouTube instead, because this fills out all of my desires way better. And that's what I want you guys to get like, by pursuing what you want, becoming aware and making sure you are doing what you want, and then educating yourself, figuring out what it takes. And you can figure out what it takes by referring to your value circle, who are people who can help you achieve your goals because they probably achieved what you wanted, and they can breathe information into you to better educate you. But I will link that video down in the description so you guys can better understand your value circle. So yeah, so that's pretty much the little, I would say, part 2 to my original purpose video, where I just kind of talked about how first you have to remove everything you want. But then I thought about it more and realized, okay, not only is that important, but literally doing what you want is important. Because when you're doing what you want, it's innate, it's natural. And by doing what you want, you're on the path of learning more about yourself. Because like I said, your purpose is already within you. I knew my purpose before I became conscious. It was unconscious. This whole process is bringing your purpose from the unconscious to the conscious. So basically, when you find out what you want to be doing, make sure you're doing it as soon as possible. Like I said, I know you guys all have your own different circumstances, and you might have to eat shit and do shit you don't want to do to get to a point where you can start doing what you want to be doing. And that's completely okay. I just want you guys to get to the point where you're doing what you want. Because then by doing so, you can then educate yourself more about the path you are on to pursuing whatever you want. And it's through this education, by figuring out what it takes, you're going to see more of the things you do like and more of the things you don't like. Like I talked about earlier with the bicycle example, if you feel like you want to go ride a bike, go ride a bike. And it's in by riding the bike, you're going to realize, this is what it takes to ride a bike. But you know, I'm missing something. I want to go faster. Then you're going to realize, okay, I should actually get a motorcycle because it's essentially the same positioning, same process. And then you ride the motorcycle and then you're like, damn, yeah, I really fuck with motorcycles. And then you realize while riding the motorcycle, you're like, you know, I want to race. I want to go fast, but I want to go fast against other people. Then you realize you want to become a professional motorcyclist or whatever it is called. But you see how you are understanding the depth of your purpose more and more and more and more by acting on simply what you wanted at the beginning, which was just riding a bike, right? So I really hope this makes sense. Please give me feedback on this. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if you're like, this is great. This makes a lot of sense. I feel like I'm going to just go out, start pursuing what I want and get as educated as possible about what I want so I can make sure I create a better purpose. And for this whole reason in doing this is so you can create better goals. You create your best goals. And the whole reason why you guys are here is to achieve your goals and become successful. But not only do I want you guys to achieve goals and become successful, I want you guys to do it the way that you want to be doing it. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by knowing what your purpose is because by knowing the reason you want to achieve your goals, you can set better goals. Because if you don't know the reason why you're setting goals and you're just setting them and achieving them, they don't mean anything, right? But I want you guys to have goals that mean shit to you. So if you know the reason you set the goals, it's a very good goal. It's what I would call a true goal. So please give me feedback on this. Or you could say, this was stupid, made absolutely no sense. This is not going to help me at all. You could have explained this better. You could have used better examples. You could have said this, and whatever else. Let me know down in the comments. It all helps me become a better YouTuber to make better mental exercises that better serve you guys. And if you like this, please, please, please like the video, boost us in the algorithm so more guys can see this and make sure they're discovering what their purpose is and are on the path of discovering their purpose. Because the truth is, your purpose is already within you. You just need to do the work to fully make it clear to you. And I guess with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next Mental Gym video. Peace.